Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth.
A powerful message from a former First Lady. This morning, Melania Trump posted that message, appearing to confirm new reporting about her upcoming memoir.
And as you can see from this video, this is really different than what her husband, former President Trump, is out on the campaign trail telling people he would bring to a potential second term.
Yeah, huge headline, especially this close to the election. So we have ABC News executive editorial producer John Santucci to help bring us some context, because you know this family very well. You also have covered the campaign extensively, and it does seem like a little bit of a contradiction. So let's start with
just a little bit.
What do we know? Was the family shocked by this?
You know, it's interesting. So in speaking to several sources last night, Danny, around former President Trump, they were shocked. Many of them have not read the former First Lady's book. Let's be clear, ABC News has not read the book. It's coming out next week. So better imagine those pre-orders on Amazon just skyrocketed a little bit. But the reality was last night, many people I spoke to were really surprised. You know, had not heard this. Having seen the video this morning that is obviously beautifully produced, something not done overnight.
Thank you.
It does sort of raise that, well, hold on a second.
How surprised are you, really?
Yeah, so one thing I was reminded of from years ago in talking to sources, Charlene, close to the former president, is that, you know, believe it or not, this is a real marriage. These are two people that do talk a lot, do confide a lot in each other, and the idea of abortion in Donald Trump has been really difficult on the campaign trail. He's not only struggled on that, look at IVF treatments that came out earlier this year with states like Alabama restricting those opportunities for couples trying to have children. They know this has been a really hot button issue that, frankly, Donald Trump has not had a way around it. And look at the way this week began.
And we've seen how Democrats have pounced on this.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying things like, don't fall for it. They're fully aware of the gender gap among women. So this is a softening, and you're seeing it so far with Trump and Vance. What do we say to that, what the Democrats are saying?
Well, they're not wrong. And let's keep in mind, besides the gender gap in the polling, Charlene, 9 states at least have abortion measures on the ballot this year. Florida, the Trump's home state now, no longer New Yorkers, it's on the ballot there. So it's something that we know there are so many different issues, right, that drive voters to the polls, whether it be economy, inflation. We know the war is now something front of mind for people, especially as we come close to the anniversary of October 7th. Abortion is a major factor, especially for women in this country, right? So we know that for a very tight electorate, right? Look at the polling, guys. I mean, it's within really not even margin of error, 0.1 in some states. It is something that could make or break it.
There have been some tea leaves, though, as we've seen J.D. Vance, former President Trump's running mate, during the debate, softening kind of their view on this. They see the polling out there. They see what's happening across the states. Former President Trump said that he would veto a federal ban on abortion, something that kind of goes against some of the far right in his party. The question is, when you think back to the campaign 4 years ago, when you think back to other family members that have played a role in former President Trump's political life, I think of his daughter.
100%.
And you think about how this plays a role in similar.
This was the first thing in my mind this morning, because remember, how many times would Ivanka Trump almost, show up in those moments where everyone was like, what is going on? And sort of be the person to, explain it, tamp it down, almost put a big dosage of cold water, right, on a situation involving Donald Trump.
Soften his image.
Yeah, just a little bit, humanize him. Now, here's the difference. Melania Trump really has nowhere to been found, right? First time we saw her was at the convention for a hot second. She didn't speak this time. She spoke at the first 2 conventions where her husband was the Republican nominee in 16 and 20. Nothing this time around. Ivanka was a constant presence. Melania never was. So I think for the going forward of it, Mike, we know, based on all of our reporting, there is no Ivanka Trump 2.0 if Donald Trump wins election in November. She's not going back to Washington. She's not going to be there. Does this maybe foreshadow a more active First Lady Melania Trump if they're back in office? Possibly. But I do think what you're seeing here is that the campaign recognizing we need you.
Especially in a key issue like that, with a little more than 30 days until the election. And a lot of these states, as you mentioned, razor-thin margins.
John
Santucci, always appreciate your perspective.
Happy to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.